Welcome to the Backrooms. For those of you who don't know what this is, it is essentially a creepypasta that started in, as far as I can tell, 2019. It is a infinite realm outside of reality. We are going to be reading through every level, every nook and cranny this place has to offer. No matter how long it takes, my goal is to eventually cover every little bit of this place. That, of course, has data on to this date. Now, as many of you probably already know, Level Zero is the first level of the Backrooms. And the first level many encounter. Level 0 is a seemingly infinite, non-linear space resembling the backrooms of a retail outlet. All rooms in Level 0 appear in uniform and share superficial features such as yellowed wallpaper, damp carpeting, electrical outlets, and inconsistently placed fluorescent lighting. However, no two rooms within the level are identical. And then obviously over here, we have the first image taken of the backrooms from when this whole thing first started. The fluorescent lighting present in Level 0 hums at a constant frequency. The buzzing is notably louder and more obstructed than ordinary fluorescent lighting. An examination of the fixtures to determine the source has been inconclusive thus far. Secondly, the substance saturating the carpet cannot be consistently identified. It is not water nor safe to consume. Now, as I've recently learned, this was referred to as the carpet water or something like that. I forgot what exactly it was called, but maybe we'll learn more as we read here. Linear space in Level 0 is altered drastically. It is possible to walk in a straight line and return to the starting point and end up in a completely different set of rooms than the ones previously passed through. Due to this phenomenon, and the visual similarity between each room, consistent navigation of Level 0 has proven very difficult. Devices such as GPS locators and compasses fail to function within the level, and radio communications are audibly distorted and often unreliable. Okay, so that makes sense, obviously. An infinitely changing room with infinite and unknown passageways is obviously gonna have some issues with whatever potential things you had on you when you ended up there. I know in my case, I probably wouldn't have a compass on me. I would hope I'd fall down there with at least my phone. But let's go ahead and continue here. Okay, so entities, basically the different creatures and whatnot you'll find in the backrooms. Interactions with entities in Level 0 are rare, but may occur if encountered. They can be very dangerous. The known entities that roam the level are Hounds and Facelings. It is not advised to trust others that one may come across, as they are most likely an entity. Okay, makes sense. So, before we continue, let's go ahead and read about hounds here really fast. Okay, so that's obviously a very disturbing image there. Okay, nope, don't need honest game trailers. The one thing that annoys me about this website is all the ads. The name Hound comes from a dog-like nature of these entities, crawling on all fours and mauling anyone that provokes them. They are very, very dangerous and become agitated when they see someone in a hostile state, but can be intimidated. Okay. Hounds become very hostile at the moment they see a human. However, they will be intimidated and momentarily stalled when you stare them down. If you hear a hound's growling, it's best to stay out of sight and get out of the way for a while. Now, in most of the content I've seen for Level Zero, I have yet to see anything related to a hound seen in Level Zero. I think most of the content created is around the Facelings and whatnot. Okay, the biology of a hound. Hounds are humanoid entities with long black hair growling on their heads. They have sharp claws and extremely large mouths lined with knife-like teeth. Their pearly whites often go unseen until it's too late for you, though as their lengthy dark hair usually hides this feature as mentioned above. They walk on all fours and have surprising amounts of power when they attack a target. Despite appearing sickly skinny, hounds hatch from eggs that originate from the hive. Okay, I imagine we're going to get to the hive later, so I'm not going to dig too much into that right now. It's imperative to a wanderer's survival that they avoid getting bitten at all costs, as their saliva contains a disease dubbed hound virus that will infect and turn bitten into a hound as well. Okay, so it's kind of like a zombie, but chupacabra-like. The incubation period is 20 to 25 minutes before symptoms begin to appear. Symptoms are as followed: discoloration and rash around the bite, rabies-like symptoms, difficulty swallowing, foaming at the mouth, lightheadedness, mild to intense muscle spasms, which can also lead to cramps, increased aggression, stomach cramps, vomiting, and rashes. So, pretty basic zombie-like stuff. Approximately 20 to 30 minutes after symptoms appear, the infected's body will reconstruct to match that of a hound. The process is visibly and auditorily excruciating, so very painful, obviously. A normal human teeth and nails are painfully pushed out and replaced by fangs and claws, whereas hands and feet are reconstructed to move exclusively on all fours. Amidst the transformation, rapid hair growth will occur on the body. Afterwards, they will enter a feral and hostile state, completing the transformation. If one is bitten, it's best to isolate as far away from or outright kill the afflicted, as there are currently no known cure for the hound virus, although it's been theorized that rabies vaccines can be utilized in creating one. Okay. Discovery. One of the earliest known video recordings of the Backrooms depicted a wanderer running away from a hound in an area that resembled Level Zero. However, since we don't currently know when the hive was spawned, if it even had a beginning, we can't determine the exact origin of hounds at this time. There has been few instances of hounds being tamed by facelings in level 92. I'm not going to dig too into those levels right now in the Facelings, as we're still dealing with level 0 for the most part. Okay, do's and don'ts. Do keep direct eye contact with hounds if one is approaching you. Stay out of sight if you're here growling. Slowly back away while keeping eye contact. Run away from hounds the second you see one. Attempt to tame them. Okay, I don't see why anyone would ever do that. Break eye contact. Try to fight them with melee weapons. Get bitten. Okay, so the don'ts are pretty obvious. Okay, that's pretty much the gist of those. Okay, so let's first close that ad. Let's dig into what Facelings are. Okay. So that's obviously what a faceling apparently looks like, a faceless human. Facelings are a general term for faceless people that roam the backrooms. There are multiple types, each with varying levels of hostility. They are one of the most populous entities in the backrooms, and likely one of the first entities you will encounter. The most common two forms are adult facelings and child facelings, although more have since been discovered. Adult facelings are friendly and do not act with hostility unless provoked. They typically have the appearance of standard adult humans. Okay, makes sense. With smooth skin replacing the entire face. They can appear as male, female, and can also appear as completely androgynous. Child facelings are mischievous and hostile. They often appear in groups of 2 to 3, and will torment and attempt to kill survivors they encounter. They are almost always female and brandish small, sharp objects. These typically are small pieces of sharp metal or small knives. They will become polite to wanderers in level 283, which we'll get to in due time, or they will attack when touched or being rude to them. If comforted by touch, they will fall asleep, resulting in them getting distracted. If attacked, adult facelings will try to protect them and begin to act hostile to the wanderer. They only appear friendly to wanderers under the age of 16. Okay, so obviously in my case, I would not want to be running into very many child facelings. However, seeing one is not always an attempt on your life. They will sometimes just try to scare survivors or even pull humorous pranks on them. Note in level 11, facelings will act almost identical to humans, with a small difference that they cannot speak. There is even a report having a relationship with a human. The Meg research team are still studying this effect. Okay? I know a little bit about the Meg already, but I'm sure I'll learn more as we get there. Incidents or quotes. I merely asked if it was a chicken, then it attacked. Ranging from a neutral to hostile. I gotta turn my background noise down a little bit. You just can't know their hostility. One was chasing me, and I repeatedly stab it with a wooden knife from what? One was chasing me, and I repeatedly stab it with a wooden knife from, was it level primal? I'm guessing they were asking, did it come from level primal or level 5678? Anyway, it looks dead to me. Okay, I have no idea what level primal is. That's something new I just learned, because I did some digging earlier today on this site. And that's my first time hearing of level primal. Faceling types. Pink dress facelings. Not much is known about pink dress facelings, other than seeing one is most likely a death sentence. Avoid at all costs. But some discovered some was holding a teddy bear and cover its face most likely. Most likely just has an eye stolen by a human. Old man faceling. Okay, so that's pretty self-explanatory. Not going to read too much into that. Polygonal facelings. Again, very self-explanatory. Shadow facelings. Self-explanatory. False facelings. These facelings are unique in that they sometimes have partial, even full facial features, such as half of an eye, a nostril, mouth, teeth, otherwise they act like a typical adult facing or child facing. Okay, so that's the way they try to fool you. Eyed facelings. Okay, so this is similar to false facelings, only they come with just eyes. Memory facelings. They, okay, it looks like they wear the face of someone you are close to, obviously. Injured facelings sounds pretty self-explanatory. Cavelings. Okay, so that has a lot to do with level primal. Daycare facelings. These are the latest facelings discovered. Considered harmless and would accept job applications for $5 These entities reside on level fun. Okay, didn't know about back dollars. Obviously some form of currency. Mouth facelings, okay. Same concept as the eyed facelings, just with mouths instead. Soldier facelings, pretty self-explanatory, can be found in level 1918, 1863, 1303, 1955, and 537. All levels we will get to in quite a long time from now. The unfinished are a variation of facelings that only possible in level scribble. Okay. They have a tall body with lanky arms and legs. They also have two curved lines running across their face, which is common practice among artists in the front rooms. Obviously reality. When drawing characters with round faces, they will also usually have limbs that suddenly stop and are unfinished. Okay, so they're basically like scribble people. Distortlings. These type of facelings are distorted and have a face randomly segmented around their body. They are the most recent discovery, found in level -177. So yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of digging we're going to be getting to. I'm not exactly sure what kind of order we're going to be going in here. Okay, so these are specifics. I'm just going to read Carissa here, because it looks like she's specifically to level 0, which is what we're discussing right now. Carissa is a child faceling who was found injured and alone, wandering near the Young Wanderers camp base in level 0. Since she has been loyal as a faceling can get, to the wanderers of that group, and that group only, it is not hostile unless you attack her, or are a member of the YWC, which I'm sure we'll learn what that is as we progress. Or you're over the age of 25. I got 2 years to go on that one. Though it is best to not approach her at all until you talk to one of the group members and or join the group. Okay. Seems simple. Facelings are the first entities discovered in the Backrooms. One of the earliest Meg reports ever written referenced them. Journal entries, good lord, I cannot read, referencing Facelings date back to the year 1909. Their exact origin is still unknown. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of Facelings. Break it down, they're just faceless humanoid entities. Okay, pretty simple. All these dang ads, though. Okay, so we're getting to the end of level 0 here. Level 0. And by extension, the Backrooms can be accessed by accidentally no-clipping out of bounds in normal reality. Okay, so that's pretty much what everybody knows at this point. No-clipping out of certain levels, may transport one to level 0. Exit. There are 4 currently known methods of exiting level 0. A variety of factors will eventually cause the hallways to fade into level 1. Okay, basically going long enough, well, you'll just be in level 1, essentially. No clipping through a wall will transport you to level -1. Breaking through the floor may lead you to level 27, but it may also lead you out into the void, which I'm going to assume that is an inescapable, endless death that you don't want to be in. And rarely, wandering far enough in any direction may lead you to the Manila room. Okay, that's interesting. But it seems like that's pretty much the wrap up of level 0. So next time we're going to be talking about level 1. Probably go into these other 3 levels a little bit eventually. But yeah, there's going to be so much to talk about with this place. I know a lot of this stuff has already been covered by most people, but I might as well start at the beginning and learn along with you guys for what I don't know yet. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.